What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. An exciting one because it is the first day of the Road to Summer Shredding 2025. Hopefully you guys like the classic intro, kind of a little updated the video a little bit. But yeah, this is day number one. Kind of nervous, kind of excited at the same time because it's been a while since I've done a prep series like this. So we're starting back where we always start these prep series, which is in this room where I do a weigh-in. And not gonna lie, I haven't weighed myself in quite a while. Like for the past year and a bit, I kind of just been going with the flow and kind of just making sure my protein intake is correct. But for nutrition wise, it's kind of just been, I want to say all over the place, but it's been very, very loose. So I'm kind of curious where I'm at right now. But yeah, let's see where the first weigh-in's at. All right, check this out. Okay, so 166.6, and not gonna lie, that's the highest I've ever been starting a prep. I remember last year, or even the last 2 years, I was more so floating around the 160s. So this is gonna be my highest starting point, which is kind of surprising. Although, granted, the other day I did capitalize on my last meal and I went for all-you-can-eat sushi, so that could be a factor as well. I could be just holding a ton of water, but 166.6 is kind of it's kind of daunting a little bit. But knowing I've done this before and kind of know how to progress going down in weight and kind of just making sure I'm shedding more so body fat than muscle, I believe we could make it work. I'm not too worried about that. I gave myself a little bit of a longer prep as well, so 14 weeks rather than the usual 12, and that's including peak week. So yeah, this is it. This is the beginning. Road to Summer Shredding 2025. Let's get this day started. Alright, so we're heading to the gym right now, about to hit some legs to kick off day one. And I kind of just want to touch on just a little recap about the show that I'm doing. So, as you saw in the title, it is the Road to Summer Shredding 2025, which is basically the show that started it all for me when it came to competing, being inspired by the one and only Christian Guzman from Athlete, and kind of watching his process. It's inspired me to follow the same route, and after a few years of debating, finally got into it, and it's been just, I guess, a core part of me since starting this whole fitness journey. It's something that I like to do to challenge myself and kind of just to see how I could push myself, like mentally and physically throughout this process. And I found that each time I go through each one of these preps, I learn a lot more about myself in general. So there's always a takeaway when it comes to doing these competitions. I believe this might be my, I want to say, 6th one, which is kind of crazy. I never thought I'd do this many shows, but like I said, it's been something I've incorporated, and it's kind of just stuck with me. But that being said, this is potentially gonna be my last one, and I say that because when it comes to like competitions, I've honestly pretty much done everything that I want to do competing wise. Like when it comes to the accomplishments behind it, like I've already placed during local shows. I've already done my dream show of Summer Shredding 2 years ago, or no, 3 years ago now. Won overall the following year after. Did nationals, so got to step on a national stage again 2 years ago. So this kind of like, I see this more so like the cherry on top type of thing, kind of end it where I started. So doing another Summer Shredding show makes sense for me. So yeah, that's kind of like the reason behind all this, and just another way to, like, I guess, recapture myself a little bit, if that makes sense. And yeah, like I said earlier in this video, I'm kind of nervous about it too, because it's been a while since I've gone through this prep, and I'm not sure where I'm exactly at body composition wise compared to the previous years, where I was like pretty confident of like knowing what the possible final outcome could look like. The way I kind of describe this prep going around, it kind of reminds me of me jumping back into competition mode like right after the pandemic. So that's how I'm kind of treating it in a way. And it's just kind of getting back into the habit of counting macros again and getting dialed in and you know, staying focused once again for another 14 weeks. And so like I've honestly been watching some of my past videos just to remind myself of like, okay, this is what I used to do, and it's time to like jump back into it. That said, we've got a pretty busy week ahead of us. Not only we're starting this prep, but in the next couple days we're finally doing the next shoot for the next launch of Pursuit Lifestyle Apparel. I'm wearing one of the newer shirts right now, as you can see over here. You'll probably see it more better like in the later clips, but that's one thing I'm excited about, getting that marketing phase started and getting the content created for that. And not only that, for today we're also just getting ready for prep mode. So we're gonna hit up some stores, grab some food, and I'll try to describe like what my nutrition will be like throughout this video. So yeah, that's a little recap of that. We're almost at the gym, and then we're gonna hit some legs.
I hope that you're miss you from a distance, wish that it was different, but some things aren't meant to be. I hope you know.
Right. So solid leg day. Honestly, one of the best leg days I've had in a while, and it's just something about getting back on prep mode. It just makes you kick it up a notch to another level. It's like, I know for myself, when I know day one starts, my mindset just gets locked in, and I start to I guess remember like my past preps and just how dialed in I was with those. And for me, seeing this is something that I want to challenge myself with. I always want to do better than the last time. So I know early in the video you probably sensed like a little bit of like doubt or hesitancy, but honestly, like during this workout, that all went away, and it's, yeah, we're gunning for it, let's just say that. And this kind of like, I don't know, this workout just gave me a reminder of, I guess, what I missed when it came to prep. I guess I'm one of the few that actually enjoys going through prep and dieting down. It's just, for me, it's a mental thing where, like I said before, you just learn so much about yourself throughout this process. Like a lot of the sacrifice you have to go through, not only it teaches you that, but like discipline and kind of just a lot of patience as well, depending how long you go with. It's just not only with yourself, but with people too. It definitely tests your mental capacity with it. And it's kind of funny, when I was working out, I just noticed Christian Guzman released his first episode of Summer Shredding, so that actually helps a lot, because I usually watch his videos anytime I go through this process, and it just keeps me motivated, gives me that reminder of why I'm doing this in the first place, or just seeing another person that kind of inspires me to become better, and he's going through the same process as well. It just, yeah, it just keeps you locked in. And and throughout that workout, I started to listen to some of the songs I did in the past, and this for me is the go-to song because it just screams summer shredding. For those that watched CG's videos, it's right here. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Just wait for the beat drop. There we go. I'll turn this around. This is the song. There's something about that beat drop that not only reminds me about prep, summer shredding, but also Texas too. Yeah, the vibes are coming back to me now, so we're just gonna keep this momentum going. So as you can see, I put my hat on, just want to stay locked in for this workout. But now we're gonna head home, freshen up. I'm gonna head to church first, so there's gonna be a little bit of a time skip, and then we're gonna get through on our day. But yeah, catch you on the next clip. Alright, so before we head out, we're gonna do a little quick post-workout shake. Now, for this time, I'm using one of these convenient Alani protein shakes. Got 30 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbs, and 3 grams of fat. Now, today I'm actually gonna pick up a new protein powder just to replace this one, just so that I can have more flexibility with the protein, making sure that it's the least amount of carbs I could get. Now, while these taste great, I know during the next few weeks, I will be lowering down the carbs as we get deeper into prep. So I do want, like I said, something that's a little bit lower in carbs. So that's where a pure isolate will kick in. But we're gonna do this for now, and then later in the day I'll show you guys what I'm gonna get for protein. Now, I haven't really touched on the nutrition aspect when it comes to my prep, but for my macros, my baseline will be 240 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat, and about 170, 180 grams of protein. It's gonna fluctuate between the two, but those were my starting points for my last prep. So we're just gonna stick with the same one. Again, I'm playing around this week just to see how much of an effect that will be on my body, like when I take that consistently, and then I'm gonna pretty much play by ear and adjust accordingly. And as you saw, we are picking up some meals from Crave Kitchen and Deli because I'm gonna integrate that into my nutrition plan. Now, I'm a huge fan of flexible dieting, and that's kind of what I try to preach through every prep, and is that you can pretty much integrate any type of food into prep and be creative with it. You don't have to stick with the same boring meals every day that you go through this process. So I'm excited about this one because this will be the first time I'm implementing, I guess, pre-made meals like what Crave does. And the fact that they have a whole bunch of different selections to choose from, I truly believe this is gonna help a lot with flavor fatigue because I can switch it up each week. Now, I'll do my best to keep it consistent to try to get the same meals just so my body doesn't fluctuate a lot. But enough of me talking, let's head in and I'll show you guys what I got. Okay, I got some crazy stuff here. The Mexican street corn, which is my personal fave. This is actually intriguing. The Oreo pudding. That's a new thing that I haven't seen yet. I'll show you guys what I got. Now, a cool thing before I get into this. The reason why I'm implementing these meals into my prep is because Crave actually posts the macros on their website. So basically, following that, if it fits your macros protocol, as long as it fits the numbers, we're gonna make it work. So I did a little thing on my Instagram where I kind of had y'all pick the meals for me and they kind of just voted. So this is what we got. So we got the smash burger bowl. This time it's with the rice instead of the potatoes. So we're gonna try that one out for the first time. And then we got the fan fave, the ahi tuna. Really good macros on these guys. Now, this is a new one that I picked up because y'all voted on it, the pulled pork and baby potatoes. So I got high hopes for this one. That one looks actually really good. And then another new one, chicken and sweet potatoes. So this one's a little bit more straightforward. As you can see, it's just got chicken, some veggies, sweet potatoes there. And then another personal fave, Korean beef. So basically every meal kind of gives you a little bit of everything, your carbs, your protein, a little bit of veggies, which is a lot more balanced than what I'm used to. If you guys seen some of my last videos during my prep, I rarely had any vegetables, so this will make some of it, not a whole lot, but some of it. But yeah, we're gonna finish it up here, and then got a few more stops to get some food, and then we're gonna get some supplements as well, so stay tuned. Okay, so it turns out I actually have a lot of stuff already when it comes to my supplements. I'm looking around the store currently, and the only really thing I need is protein powder. And now typically when I'm on a cut on prep, I usually go isolate. I'll show you that in a bit, but first I'm actually gonna go through everything that I pretty much use during competition prep. So first things first, we got the creatine back here. Now, typically I use HCl as it gets closer to the show day, just because it helps neglect the bloating and water retention that you get from creatine. So just to cover all grounds, I like to implement that a little bit later in prep. So right now I'm using monohydrate, and a really good one that I've been using right now is this guy here, the gummy version. Now this does have 3 grams of carbs, which at first I was kind of hesitant on still using it because, again, extra carbs, you don't want that, but I think I can make it work, so we're gonna continue using it. I use the green apple, so if you guys haven't tried it, it's the Limitless Farmer one. Another thing I like to stack on that is this guy here. Now this guy comes in clutch HMB anytime you're trying to cut down, because you're getting less calories, your strength is going to be going down gradually, and you want to make sure you want to be maintaining as much muscle as you can. So this is where I implement this guy for recovery, and it's one of those supplements that I actually kind of like feel the benefits from it as prep goes on. Just recovery just ends up being better. Oh, this actually reminds me, I'm actually going to integrate this. Shout out to one of my buddies, DJ, who's on competition prep right now, because he's currently using this. Now, I've never used it in past prep, but we're going to implement it now. I'm not sure which brand I'm going to get, but turmeric, curcumin, just to help with inflammation. Now, it's a common thing when you're lifting heavy on a consistent basis, and again, your recovery might not be as great. Want to have an anti-inflammatory just to keep your joints in tip-top shape. What else? Amino acids. That's another thing I like to implement during my workout, again, to assist with recovery and help with hydration. Helps curb cravings too. If you're like, don't want to drink water a lot and you want to just stay hydrated and you want something flavorful, something like this guy would work wonders. Multivitamins, again, self-explanatory, less calories, less vitamins and minerals, so you want to supplement with that to get that covered. When it comes to, nope, I lied. Fish oil, aqua omegas. I currently use the regular strength, but pretty much anyone is fine. Again, helps lubricate your joints, helps with hormones as well. Speaking of hormones, a test booster. Doesn't hurt to have this guy too, just works with your natural testosterone, because I am doing a natural category with this summer shredding. I think it's called Fit Physique in the category, so gonna try to maximize the benefits with that. So last but not least, we got the protein. Now, out of everything we carry, I've decided we're gonna go with this guy here. And let's turn this camera around. It's actually a new one Popeye's brought in when it comes to branding, but it's literally just called basic supplements, whey isolate. Pretty straightforward macros as well. I got 110 calories, 26 grams of protons, 2 grams of carbs, 0.3 grams of fat. So kind of your typical isolate. Also helps me out because it's helps me keep within budget, because protein prices are going up these days. So definitely we're gonna make this work into the regiment. So we're gonna snag this up. We're gonna go with a 5-pounder and the peanut butter cookie, and hopefully I don't get sick of the flavor. That's the one thing I always get worried about when buying big tubs like this, is that get flavor fatigue. But we'll see. We'll find out as time goes. So we're gonna snag this up. Gonna snag some curcumin, turmeric, and yeah, we're gonna head to the Superstore next. Okay, so here's what we got from Superstore when it comes to the groceries that we'll be adding on to everything else that I'm taking. Now, first things first, we got the frozen blueberries. Gonna be implementing that a lot, along with the oats that I'll be having in the morning. A few packs of this jasmine rice over here. Now, along with the crave, I do feel like at least for the first few weeks, my carb is gonna be a little bit higher. So something like this to have on hand to finish my carb intake for the day will be essential. Got one of the staples I use regularly in prep, this yogurt over here, particularly these two good Dannon yogurt cups. So 2 grams of sugar, 8 grams of protein, which is pretty high for like a standard cup like this. 4 grams of carbs and only 1.5 grams of fat. Last but not least, we got 2 things of cod here. So cod is another protein source I like to implement along with chicken when it comes to prep. So this is something I'll probably have for dinner most likely, just to finish off the macros off for the day. So think that's pretty much it. Yeah, everything else is just kind of duplicates. So yeah, just trying to stick to the same foods that I'm kind of used to eating from my past prep. So hopefully my body gets adjusted to it fairly quickly. So those are some of the foods that are going to be part of my staples when it comes to my nutrition intake throughout this prep. But yeah, not sure if we're going to end this video off here. Granted that this video is going to be over a span of a week. So if this isn't the end of the video, catch you all in the next clip. All right, so we're continuing with the vlog and kind of a little bit of a time skip here. It's 2 days after, so it is Tuesday, and exciting one today because we are finally doing the Pursuit lifestyle shoot for our next launch. Pretty much got everything packed back there. We got the clothes, some lights, some energy drinks as well for the athletes, and yeah, we're gonna be going to Movement Gym, which is the setting that we're gonna do with the shoot. So super excited about that one because it's been a while since I've done a shoot in a gym setting, so we're bringing it back to where we started with our first shoot. And again, like I said, really excited about this one just because of the vibes that I'm picturing right now with how it's going to turn out. So yeah, we're going to head there and you guys are going to see some behind the scenes. Okay, so we are at Movement Gym. Honestly, my first time here. Kind of got the crew behind us, Billy, Ryan, dealing with the videography, the athletes in the back. Got Paige, Yannick, Haley, Sarah, don't know if you guys can see them, Tyrell on that side. Salmar is kind of like in the change room, changing. So I've been telling the guys that it kind of feels weird doing another shoot because I feel like it's been a while. So trying to get into the groove of it, trying to get it back to the thing of things. But I'm excited about this one. The vibes, the lighting already. This is gonna be a good one. So enjoy the behind the scenes.
At the end of it all, I still
currently at the shoot. Tyrese, what are we thinking?
We in here, lights set the mood. We're feeling good.
So Meezy, how we feeling?
Feeling great right now. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Shooting.
Nice.
all the times that we fought, but
Okay, day 2 at the shoot here at Allure. Almost forgot the name, but familiar spot. You guys seen the last or previous videos of where I Pursuit shoots over here, but we got everyone there, Paige over there, got the guys doing the shoots or doing the videos. So it was kind of funny because I was talking to Yannick, and I don't know what it is about this room, but yesterday's shoot was fine. I was calm, cool, collected. For some reason, like, this room gives me anxiousness for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Like, I'm like sweating right now. The weather or the room temperature is hot too. So yeah, just trying to like calm myself down with this one, but making good time. Trying to get all the shots in, but yeah, enjoy the behind the scenes.
even if the world comes crashing down, I'll be there for you. And even if the sky goes up in flames, yeah, we'll make it through. And at the end of it all, at the end of it all, I'll still be there for you.
And that is a wrap. So day 2 of the shoot is finished. Finally got it done. A lot of it was gonna be his website shots, so can't wait to see all the edits and finally get the marketing started. So they did give me a timetable. So the launch of it, I'm gonna give you guys a rough idea of when it is. It's gonna be later this month, either the 21st or the 28th. So if you haven't followed the Pursuit Lifestyle page yet, follow it then, and then that way you could get updated. But yeah, once the content comes in, we're going full force with the marketing aspect. Yeah, just stay tuned for that. Yeah, overall, super happy that we got this done. Honestly, if they're watching right now, can't thank everyone enough for that was part of the shoot that kind of helped out. Honestly, without you guys, none of this would happen. And I'm not just saying that. It's like this brand like thrives on each and every person that I bring on and that kind of participates and supports the brand. And for myself, when it comes to this brand, it's just kind of like just impacting as many people as I can. Like the clothing that I put out there, that I try to strive for to bring to the consumers, is like, everyone needs confidence, everyone needs that little slight of motivation, and if a piece of clothing or two can help you get there, make you look good, feel good, be confident in the gym, it honestly makes everything else worth it. Because at least for myself, I was that type that was never confident in the gym. Like, I had a hard time even just getting a gym membership. Used to do home workouts a lot when I first started off in my fitness journey. So, and it wasn't until like I bought my first I guess piece of gym clothing, and at the time it was Gymshark, and later after that it was this brand here, Alphalete. Still rock them to this day, just because of how much of an impact not only the clothing did, but the people behind it did. And that's something I kind of want to bring, that same type of energy when it comes to the brand that I'm trying to introduce here in my own city, and hopefully comes nationwide, and let's see how big it gets. But yeah, that's kind of like my main motivation when it comes to growing this brand, is just impacting as many people as I can. I not only do this through fitness and kind of like the physical side, but when I look at this brand, it's more so the mental side of things. So just trying to integrate the two and seeing it grow. That's kind of my main mission with this thing. And hopefully one day, like once this brand grows big enough, it could branch out to other things. So super happy about that. That kind of gives you guys a rough idea of where I'm heading with this and what kind of my end goal it is when it comes to what I'm doing right now. But yeah, you guys didn't know, this is part of my dream. So, and at the end of the day, we all want to be fulfilled at the end. So yeah, can't be thankful enough. Thankful to God as always. Thankful for the people. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. And yeah, catch you all on the next one. Peace.